Faux painting. It's the designer's secret that can transform a single piece of furniture or an entire room. I wanted to add a little drama to my dining room, so I asked Los Angeles artist Ericco what he'd recommend.
Jennifer, after looking at your walls, I think the Venetian plaster would be a great look for you. Venetian plaster is a plaster that'll give you a Tuscany-type feeling. It has lots of dimension, it's very translucent, and it's a marble-like finish.
Ericco, I see you have a lot of different colors here. How do we know which one's going to work in that room?
These are all great colors, and that's the beauty of this. It comes in a variety of colors, but we want something subtle. We want you to have a very romantic, elegant dining experience. This is what I use to create the Venetian plaster look. I'm mixing the Venetian plaster tinted and the Venetian plaster untinted together on the wall to get a softer blend.
I'm not good at sticking with one thing, so what if I want to change the color in a couple years?
Not a problem. What you do is it's just like an oil-based paint wall. You just sand it and paint right over it.
After drying overnight, the paint and plaster mixture is topped off with a wax coating, and voila! From drab to fab. Ericco's next challenge? Faux finish my dark wooden armoire. To match, of course, my painted bed. First, the preparation.
These doors have to be prepped. Normally, I would sand it, but this product eliminates the step of sanding. It's called liquid sander. And then I'm going to put my color on. It's a latex product, and I'm matching the base color of her bed and just covering it with the base coat of a tan. Always dab with your brush instead of the brush strokes. That'll add a bit more texture, and then add your sponging on top of that. That adds even more texture, and again, always use glaze. And for the finishing touches, you add your silver and your distress marks. Because I'm a professional, I've been doing this all my life, I can achieve the same look in about 4 hours. But if you're trying it at home, it may take you about 4 or 5 days.
Using faux painting to change a room from this to this can cost close to $1,000, which is far cheaper than fabric wall coverings or even wallpaper. And if you're really brave and want to tackle it yourself, Ericco recommends practicing on a smaller project first. Faux finishing kits are available at most home improvement stores. And hey, if your results aren't as great as Ericco's, you can always paint it again.
Well, I just moved into my house about 6 weeks ago, and I was watching KTLa News, and I saw Ericco, and I saw his painting, and I knew that this is something that I wanted for my house.
KTLa viewer Esther Morrison wanted to change the look of her home without a lot of construction dust or dollars. So she turned to faux painter Ericco, who started with the fireplace.
What the homeowner could do is to replace it with this actual travertine, but that would be expensive and messy. So instead, I'm going to paint it as I've done here.
Ericco's imaginative ideas didn't end there.
This is a very well-constructed coffee table. Although the scale fits the room, the color doesn't. We're going to lighten and distress it so the table matches the furniture. To emphasize the view in this beautiful living room, the builder framed it in dark wood. In order to keep this frame a focal point and not a distraction, I'm going to lighten it and use the same technique that I used on the table.
And voila! Just look at the difference faux painting made.
Transforming this fireplace took approximately 3 days from the Southwest look to this old world stone charm. The great thing about this fireplace, it's 100% usable. It's not only paint, but it's plaster in the paint, and it's durable, it's coated, and it's totally usable.
The dark coffee table's new color is a perfect complement to the couch.
Transforming the coffee table took a day and a half, from a traditional look to a more old world distressed look.
The newly painted beamed arch is softened by Ericco's artistry.
By blending 5 different color paints and 3 different techniques, I've transformed this wood so now it frames the view instead of pulling your attention away from the view.
Now when I sit in my living room, everything blends together. It's not an eyesore. Everything just looks and works well together. I would tell everybody, if there's something in your house that you don't like, consider faux painting. It makes the world a difference without having to go to the expense of changing things.